From tiny motorcycles to massive tanks, Italy deployed a wide range of vehicles across World War II battlefields. This video shows them all, from the fastest scouts to the heaviest war machines that shaped Italy's army during the war. Let's begin with light tanks. Fiat 3000 derived from the First World War design of the French FT-17. This was Italy's first mass-produced tank. It was completely obsolete by 1940, but surprisingly, still saw action in homeland defense. The next one, L333, one of the most common Italian vehicles of the war. This tankette was lightly armoured and armed with just machine guns. It was often referred to by the troops as a sardine can due to its small size and vulnerability. Up next, L3LF, flamethrower, the flamethrower variant of the little L3. This version carried a trailer for the fuel, making it a terrifying sight in close quarters combat. It proved useful for clearing bunkers in Ethiopia and the Balkans. Then, L3200, the anti-tank configuration of the tiny L3. This model was fitted with a 20mm rifle. It was a desperate attempt to give the tankette some meaningful firepower against armoured vehicles. Next, L640, intended to replace the ancient L3 tankettes. This light tank was armed with a 20mm autocannon. It performed adequately in reconnaissance roles, but was far outclassed by the Allies' medium tanks. Now let's look at medium tanks. The next one, M1139, an early attempt at a true medium tank. It featured a very unusual design, placing the main gun in the hull. This severely limited its ability to engage targets. It was quickly retired after the early North African campaigns. The next one, M1340. This tank was the workhorse of Italian armoured divisions in North Africa. Armed with a 47mm cannon, it was reliable but suffered from thin riveted armour, which made it very vulnerable to high explosive shells. M1441, an incremental upgrade of the M1340 design. It used a slightly more powerful engine. This medium tank saw extensive action throughout the Western Desert Campaign until the Axis defeat there. Next, M1542, the final iteration of the Italian M-series medium tanks. It had better armour and a more powerful cannon. However, production started too late to meaningfully affect the outcome of the war. Continuing with heavy tanks, P2640, designated as a heavy tank by the Italians, though its performance was closer to a medium, armed with a formidable 75mm gun. Sadly, most were captured or pressed into service by the Germans after the armistice. Now let's look at light self-propelled guns. Semovente de 4732. This was a small self-propelled gun mounted on the chassis of the L640 light tank. It used a 47mm gun for infantry support and some anti-tank defense. Continuing with medium self-propelled guns, Semovente de 7518. Considered by many to be the best armoured fighting vehicle Italy produced during the war. It was armed with a short-barreled 75mm howitzer. Its low profile and good hitting power made it a serious threat. Semovente de 7534, a very useful self-propelled vehicle mounting a 75mm anti-tank gun. This version was significantly better at engaging enemy tanks at longer ranges than its predecessor. Semovente de 7546, a late-war variant developed with German input after 1943. It featured a longer, more powerful 75mm gun. Very few were actually produced for Italian use. Now let's look at heavy self-propelled guns. Next, Semovente de 9053, an incredibly powerful anti-tank weapon mounted on an M14 chassis. The massive 90mm gun was open-topped. It was a true tank killer, but production numbers were extremely low. Next, Semovente de 9053, an incredibly powerful anti-tank weapon mounted on an M14 chassis. The massive 90mm gun was open-topped. It was a true tank killer, but production numbers were extremely low. Continuing with armoured cars. Up next, Lancia 1ZM, an obsolete but still serviceable armoured car dating all the way back to the First World War. It featured a distinctive twin-turret design and was primarily used for colonial policing and light reconnaissance. Autoblinder AB40, the first of the successful AB series of armoured cars. This version was armed with three 8mm machine guns. Its excellent all-wheel drive made it supremely maneuverable in the desert environment. Auto Blinder AB41, the definitive version of the AB armoured car series. It replaced the machine gun turret with a 20mm autocannon. Its speed and range made it invaluable for desert reconnaissance. The next one, Auto Blinder AB43, a planned upgrade to the successful AB41 design. It was intended to use a more powerful 47mm gun. However, the armistice interrupted production and few were completed. Lancia Lindsay. This armoured car was based on the captured design of the British Daimler Dingo Scout car. It was small and fast, designed specifically for reconnaissance missions over difficult terrain. Camionetta AS37, a dedicated desert utility truck. It was based on a heavy truck chassis but stripped down for speed and range. It was crucial for supplying forward elements in North Africa. Up next, Camionetta AS43, an attempt to simplify and improve the highly successful Sahariana design. It shared the same tactical role, fast long-range reconnaissance and hit-and-run attacks in the desert theatre. Up next, Camionetta AS43, an attempt to simplify and improve the highly successful Sahariana design. It shared the same tactical role, fast long-range reconnaissance and hit-and-run attacks in the desert theatre. Continuing with trucks and transport vehicles, Fiat 626, the standard medium-capacity utility truck of the Italian Royal Army. It was used everywhere from logistics to troop transport, known for its reliability on paved roads. Fiat 666, the primary heavy-duty truck used for hauling equipment and heavy artillery. This powerful vehicle was renowned for its robustness and substantial payload capacity. Lancia 3RO, a massive, three-axle heavy military truck. It was used extensively as a prime mover for heavy artillery and often served as the chassis for mounting anti-aircraft cannons. Lancia Ro, an earlier, less powerful version of the famous heavy trucks made by Lancia. While rugged, its performance was often lackluster compared to its German counterparts in the latter stages of the war. Bianchi Miles, one of the many standard medium trucks procured by the Italian military. It was used primarily for light logistical support and transporting supplies along established routes. SPA 38R, a reliable medium-duty military truck. It was generally used for troop transport and general supplies, seeing wide service across all major combat fronts. SPA 35, a relatively small utility vehicle. This 3/4-ton truck was ubiquitous, providing frontline support and fast liaison services. Now, this is the SPA Dovunque 35. Dovunque means everywhere. This truck was famed for its all-terrain, all-wheel drive capability. It was specifically designed to handle the poor infrastructure and desert sands of the Italian campaigns. SPA Dovunque 41, an updated version of the legendary Dovunque series. It offered improved engine power and load capacity, maintaining its reputation as a rugged all-terrain workhorse. SPA Dovunque 43, the final heavier iteration of the Dovunque all-terrain concept. These vehicles continued the tradition of providing excellent off-road mobility for Italian forces in difficult terrain. SPA TM40, a purpose-built heavy artillery tractor. It was essential for towing Italy's larger field guns across long distances and difficult ground quickly. Breda 51, a capable heavy-duty truck. While less famous than the Fiat or Lancia models, the Breda 51 provided necessary logistical muscle for the Italian Army's supply lines. Breda 52, this military truck variant was employed extensively for medium to heavy logistical tasks. It was known for its reliable engine, even under adverse operating conditions. Next on the list is artillery tractors. Breda 61, one of the specialized Breda series of trucks. It was designed to handle specific supply roles, emphasizing reliability over sheer speed in battlefield conditions. The next one, Pavesi P4. This was a bizarre, articulated four-wheel drive tractor. Its unusual design gave it outstanding cross-country performance, mainly used for towing heavy guns or moving large loads. Pavesi TL31, a specialized artillery tractor. It was rugged and powerful, designed to pull medium field artillery pieces across the rugged terrain of the European and North African fronts. OM-32, a widely used medium truck for general transport duties. It played an unseen but critical role in moving troops and ammunition quickly between depots and the front lines. Next on the list is motorcycles. Moto Guzzi Alce. Alce means moose. This was the standard military motorcycle used by Italian infantry and reconnaissance units. It was famed for its toughness and straightforward maintenance. Moto Guzzi Super Alce, an improved and more powerful version of the basic Alce motorcycle. It provided faster communication and movement for crucial dispatch riders and liaison officers. Moto Guzzi Tri-Alce, the three-wheel derivative of the Alce design. This motorized tricycle was used as a very small, light cargo truck for moving equipment and supplies in tight areas. Benelli 500-945, another popular and reliable military motorcycle. It served alongside the Moto Guzzi models, primarily used for reconnaissance and carrying messengers across the sprawling fronts. Gilera Marte, a robust military motorcycle designed specifically for the rough demands of wartime service. It was favoured by some units for its excellent power-to-weight ratio, ending with miscellaneous vehicles. Autocannon 102-35. This enormous naval gun was mounted on a heavy truck chassis. It was primarily intended for anti-aircraft or coastal defence roles, providing immense firepower, though it was very vulnerable. Autocannon 90-53, Su Lancia 3R, an extremely potent 90mm anti-aircraft gun mounted on the back of the Lancia 3 heavy truck. Its high velocity made it an equally deadly anti-tank weapon. Autocannon 75-27, a standard 75mm field gun adapted to be mounted on a truck chassis. This created a highly mobile fire support unit for rapid deployment. Now, this is the Autocannone 65-17. This light 65mm mountain howitzer was mounted on the back of a small truck. It offered decent immediate fire support for motorized infantry columns. Now, this is the Autocannon 117. Mounting a 100mm howitzer onto a truck chassis provided the Italian forces with a powerful, if top-heavy, mobile assault weapon for short-range bombardment. Caro Commando M40, the command version of the M-series tank, usually based on the M1340 chassis. The turret was removed or replaced with a dummy, and the interior was packed with extra radio equipment for coordinating armoured movements. Now, this is the Carro Recupero M-series recovery vehicles. These were dedicated recovery vehicles built on various M-series chassis. Essential for maintaining operational readiness, they were responsible for towing and repairing damaged tanks under fire.